been a bit of a turmoil in terms of this summer. Silly season has been totally crazy this summer, but I guess that doesn't really change much for FIFA. You have to up the ante every year anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've been working very, very hard this year to not just refine our gameplay and respond to feedback from fans, but innovate as well. So at the Cologne Games Festival yesterday, we announced one of our big new features, which is our Virtual Pro kind of in-game player for you. If you go onto the easportsfootball.com website, you'll be able to upload a picture of you, apply it to a head, edit it, change it, and then download it into your FIFA 10 video game and create a virtual pro of yourself or whoever you want. We've got some examples of some celebrities in the office that are quite entertaining, but obviously I think most people will want to do it as themselves. The idea then is that you play as your pro player or on the team with your pro player. I've got my guy behind you in Real Madrid at the moment, which is quite flattering. The idea is that as you play the game, you unlock things based on your playing style by milestones, so many tackles made or so many passes made, and then also unlock things like improved attributes for your player, additional celebrations, traits such as long throws, and also kit upgrades, so if you want to wear gloves or long sleeves or untuck your shirt. And there's about 200 of those accomplishments. You can't just play with him in offline game modes, you can also use him in online, so you can take your pro as your kind of be a pro character online and play as a professional footballer, hopefully get scouted for a club, or if you can't be bothered waiting to get scouted by a club, you can actually create a club or join an established club already and then play online. And we've got regional leagues and standings, as well as an international kind of standing for clubs and for players, so you can see how you rank against the best players around the world and also the best clubs.
It's kind of funny because I went to do an interview on Need for Speed Shift, and then I did one on Command & Conquer 4, and now FIFA, and you all have one thing in common, is that you're adding like RPG elements to your genres that normally wouldn't have that. Is that something that's been a conscious thing that you...
Yeah, kind of. So for me, I mean, as I said, we've spent a lot of time refining and responding to feedback. A number of fans of the game have asked to be able to use their photo game face in the game, so it was kind of a natural thing for us to do. But I think there's a bunch of different types of football fans. There's the kind of hero worshipping fans who want to play as a specific footballer like Cristiano Ronaldo, and you can do that in our game with Be a Pro and on clubs. There's people who just like the game of football or support a team, so if you want to play with Manchester United you can, or Chelsea or whoever. And then there's the people who aspire to be football players themselves, and so now they're well catered for. So we've kind of got the full spectrum of experiences, either locked to a single player who's yourself, as well as also allowing people to play as any players on the pitch.
I have to admit that a few years back I was a Pro Evo fan, and I've been sort of converted the last couple of years. How have you transformed the gameplay this year from last year, which was a very good game?
So this year we've done a lot of work on all the systems in the game, so in particular our urgency systems, passing, shooting, positioning in particular, both in attack and defence, so you'll see a lot more incisive runs and better coverage in defence. The goalkeepers come in for a heap of attention, but I think probably the biggest thing we've done this year is introduce a new controller scheme for dribbling. So we've got full 360-degree dribbling now. You can go wherever you want on the pitch, and it's an extremely satisfying fluid control mechanism. It's very responsive. As I say, you can go anywhere you want, and it's probably the first time in FIFA for a long time you've been able to fully express yourself on the ball if you're a skilled dribbler. We've also added create set piece options, so you can actually now create 4 set pieces in any of 8 regions, so for 32 in total. Simple, very easy to do, and then trigger them in game, so you can practice them in the practice arena, make sure you're happy with them, and then take them into games and surprise your mates, as well as a fully featured practice arena now, so you can have a practice match, you can adjust the number of players outfield, and then actually sort of play a no holds barred game of football, 5-on-5 if you want, in the arena. So we've done a lot. A heap. About 70% of our effort went this year on just polishing and refining the game, taking out those last remaining frustrations that people had. And then the other 30% went on our innovations, like 360-degree dribbling, our massive new physical play system, which is kind of simulating the way footballers control the ball, and you're actually now able to barge people off the ball really authentically, as well as steal possession in shoulder-to-shoulder challenges. That combined with the new dribbling system is pretty cool.
So I can imagine that the new set-piece system is going to be eagerly exploited online with people doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Will you be able to sort of have a look at if your opponent pulls a move, will you be able to sort of take a look at that move, how he built that up? Or
so obviously there's instant replay, but for us, we're very aware of the fact that this is potentially open to exploitation. We've got literally hundreds of testers at the moment trying to make sure that it isn't. We didn't expect there to be any exploits last year, and there were in a number of other areas of the game, so we're less naive, I would say, this year. So we have the option to switch it off in online play, or switch it on, off. If we hear, I'm on Twitter, Rutsky on Twitter. We're on the community all the time as well, on the forums. We've got a number of trusted community members now who've actually got my mobile phone number. If necessary, I would expect people to get in contact with us to say this is, you know, really badly being exploited, and if it is, we'll switch it off.
Thank you very much for your time.
No worries, anytime, sir.